Well, hello. Well, hello. And welcome to the weekend stream, where we are taking a look at Biomutant on the PC. This is a game from May 2021. It came in with mixed reviews. I think the general consensus was that it was trying to do too much and not actually reaching those goals that the developers set out for itself. But it's been a couple of years since the game's release. It may have had some patches since then. I have no idea. We shall find out. We are playing this on a pad, so we will invert the y-axis because that is the correct way to use a pad.
But the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long?
I've no idea.
Coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
As long as that's not crashing my PC, I think we'll be fine.
Welcome to Biomutant.
I just want to see the settings, please. Alright, here we go. Gameplay, auto advanced dialogues, yes, we'll leave that on. Always showing the HUD. Cameras, motion blur, we shall turn that right down. Camera shake, which I'm really not a fan of, we'll halve, that'll be okay. Depth of field seems a little bit low. We'll up that. Controls. Controller. Invert vertical, yes please. And vertical, oh yes, we'll definitely turn these down. Because on the Xbox pad, I don't know what it is about these, but they seem to have mushroom thumbsticks that only have a really small area of sensitivity and quite a big dead zone on them, which I don't like. Gibberish, we can turn down gibberish. Frequency of gibberish, definitely turning gibberish down. Okay, music we shall also turn down a little bit. Fabulous. Video, it says on 1440p, that's interesting. With vertical sync on. Full screen. Frame rate limit we shall set on to 120. You could probably let me just type that in, that'd be easy. Max presets, good. Max. And we have some accessibility options, which is always good to see in the game. Subtitle size on medium, well, that seems reasonable. And QT, oh, we've got QTs in this game, have we? Not a fan of QTEs, but if you're not a fan, you can turn on autocomplete, which I also like. Good. So it looks like we're on version 1.7 of the game. And our only option now is to start a new game. And we will do it on the medium difficulty, given that it's the default. Squish the bug. It'll eat you. Hello, Mr. Biomutant.
Encode your DNA.
What? Why do I want to do this? Genetics, choose your breed. Primal is a nimble, developed anthropomorphic breed. A hybrid with a gene mutation making the nimble dexterous at the cost of lesser developed intellect. I didn't Oh, is this an RPG then? Oh, I think it might be. I thought it was a action-adventure game. A Dum-Dum. The least developed. A Rex. An extraordinarily developed anthropomorphic breed. Both physical and mental challenges. Well, why wouldn't I go with that one then? Why wouldn't I go with a Rex? A Hyla? Tough and resilient, a fit. Highly evolved mind. And a Murgle. An idealized breed. Its evolutionary lineage has gone in a direction where form and appearance has dominated over function. I think we're going to go with Rex. Rex has slightly less armor and health, but more intellect. So, yes. Confirm. Now we shall define our attributes. Define your character's starting attributes. To see more detailed version of what each attribute has, press a button. I don't know. I never know what to call that button. It's like a screen square copy button. I don't know what the official name is for it. I want to go for... Oh, look, we can customize now. So what was all of that breed about then? If you can just do this, that seems kind of pointless. I think we'll go... What have we gone here? We've gone slightly more agility, so we've increased our movement speed at the cost of strength, vitality, and charisma.
Choose a genetic resilience.
We're going to be resilient again. Oh. Well, you see, I don't know what kind of environments we're going to encounter. I mean, I'm guessing radioactivity is probably something we want to really avoid. Because heat and cold isn't all that, is it? So, we're going to go for that.
Your fur style.
What? Fur style? Ooh. No. Yes. That is the correct fur style.
Pick your main colour.
Our main colour going to be... Gonna have a purple hue.
Choose your detail colour.
My detail colour is gonna be blue.
Pick a class.
A class? Then a tricky, skillful rogue.
Commando.
An elite special operation forces. Psionic powers.
Saboteur.
Skilled explore terrain to covertly operate in suburbs and wilderness.
Sentinel.
I want a sentinel to dedicate themselves to protect a house.
Saboteur.
I want
Deadeye.
a Deadeye.
Commando.
And a
Psyfreak. Commando.
Ranged weapon attacks.
Deadeye.
Ranged weapons are reloaded instantly. Oh, well, that sounds much better.
Saboteur. Deadeye.
I think we'll go with Deadeye.
Deadeye chosen.
Yes.
Good choice.
Yes, thank you. Alright.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Jump. Ooh. I did it correctly. That's nice.
We're already at a crossroads.
Yes.
Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Well, we're only choosing whether to go left or right. I think we're going to go left. That would seem the obvious choice, but then again, I do like going underneath a log.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Oh, well, in that case, we're dark.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
I'm at one with the
I
darkness.
can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
Yeah, well, something happened.
Thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same. With the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
And we all like to have a best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Good. Smack him in the face. That is the correct choice. Right, so we can still go and choose a path. We're still going to go down here.
Right
We got to
is
be...
always right.
It is. Jumpy. So can we hit? Ooh. Okay, so X's attack. That's quite the sword. That's very Cloud Strife, isn't it?
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Meat Eater's Meat. Examine the note. A gnote. I don't know whether the G
Do
is
you
silent.
remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You
I
turned your back on
chose to
our
forget.
world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
You're spending far too much time touching a dead animal there. Oh, we didn't parry very well there, did we? Oh, that's a parry. Oh, that's a... Have to do these in order? We're supposed to do this together. So that little pointy stuff does mean you need to do a bit
Better
of
make
order.
a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Oh, come on. Okay.
This time, it was best to run
Our
and
animal.
live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
I'm gonna blow up. Yes. It did. Oh.
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
Friend rate.
Ooh.
I'm not convinced by the combat. I mean, game frame rate's not. Input feels a little bit sticky. You can't cut through that. It's very grey, isn't it? I think I preferred the we will interact. This looks like hiding detail. Right, interact please. What is this? This is an electric module and it is rare. It's buzzing. And it's a weapon add-on. We shall equip. Why not? Good. So how do you actually aim then? It doesn't appear to be an down the sights view, which I was expecting just to happen when you or a lock on. Apparently we cannot run up chains as we can in every other game. Good. We've got our health stuff. Now can we go on there, can we? Oh, we can now. Bizarre. Right. I want to inspect all of this. That's exactly what I expected to find in a toilet. And health packs with whatever germs were floating around in that toilet. Why not eat your medipacks in the bog? Kill the bug. Can't. Can we climb up the mountains? Don't know. Remember to parry enemy attacks when the enemy attack. See lightning bolts. Push. Leftward.
The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. All things end.
Oh, come on. Looting fallen enemies. Fallen enemies often be looted for healing item. Yeah. We'll have a energy regen and some sweetmeats. Apparently we can hide inside the dead body rather than stay on top of him. When bodies die in this world, their matter becomes nothing. Look, 9 3. What is this? That is e-waste. Is that toxic then? That's toxic sludge. I'm guessing we probably shouldn't go in there. It looks a bit unhealthy. Ew. It's what the bathwater looks like when you haven't had a bath for a year. I assume. Another one.
Bullets everywhere.
Rare candy. So we got exploding barrels here. I don't. It's an auto lock on, and that is not very satisfying. It takes ages to kind of hook up. Right, some more black sludge there, which we will not go in. Do we have an unlimited ammo supply as well? I'm sure, yeah. Oh. Oh, I really hope that Twitch gets AV1 ingress soon. That is horribly blocky, isn't it? And this game looks really nice as well. I do upload the stuff to YouTube later on, which is from a local recording. Quality is a lot better. When it's still got YouTube compression, but and YouTube is now getting AV1 ingress for live broadcast. Shielder. We need to break the shield with melee attacks before you can deal damage to the enemy. Oops. We have leveled up, hooray! Defeating enemies, completing quests will give you XP, leveling up allows you to raise your attributes by 10. You'll get 1 point and you can use to unlock skills in the Wung Fu and Perks menu. To go to the menu, push the menu button. Yeah, I do know that one. Menu. Let's increase our vitality. And we will increase our close combat. We'll... What? Unarmed. Input sequence XXXX. What? I don't understand this. Why would they give us a... Well, I suppose we'll get... Oh, that is a two-handed sword, okay. I was going to say, that doesn't make sense. BNX. Excuse me. We'll go for a Wicked Wolf and XXY. Perks. We want some arranged perks with guns. We're gonna get... Oh, we can't get any of these. Perks. We're gonna go for general perks. Oh, we can't get any of those either. So it's just skill, one skill point. Hit. That's fine. To examine that door. We have no choice. We'll go this way and this way.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Does that help? Apparently so. Now we can get through this door.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Mm-hmm. We smashed it.
Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Oh, we can only go one way. Oh. Well, let us look for some way. Let us look some way out of this horrible, dingy place. Assuming that we want to double jump. Good, there we go.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed. Under distress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Cut down.
You absorb bioblobs here, point to unlock the mutation. You can use your bioblobs to unlock special powers. Well, that is a good news then for us. I suppose. Yeah, so there seems to be a big maze of interact. This seems to be some kind of diagram or schematic on the wall, which we shall
Toxanol
interact
built
with.
vessels called arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single arc they left behind that we know other arcs traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Story exposition, not a particularly interesting story exposition. What? A rotation puzzle. You found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. To switch nodes. To switch which node is selected, use left stick. To rotate a node, push the left and right buttons. This is a number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position that must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before they may have consequences. 10 moves left.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space.
Well, there's your error.
That's
Should have sent it
when
into
they made
space.
the big mistake.
They
They
sent it to the
began
moon.
dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold.
What
Once in
unfolded?
the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
If we hadn't solved that puzzle, then we wouldn't have got a nice little animation there. I don't see the point of locking that behind a puzzle. That's a bit weird. At least we can jump up onto the desk though, eh? Oh, he does have a little torch on him. That's where that light source is.
The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing.
No.
It's coming from behind that door.
Well, don't open it then.
A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, well, I mean, these puzzles are hardly Mensa level of intellect. Ooh, what's that? Airstrike, perfectly countering an enemy attack, will stun them. Stunned enemies have stars circling above their heads, and after hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up in the air by pressing left.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's going to leave a mark. Good hit. That's the last of them. Let's do
Good.
one before backup arrives.
We're not talking to him, and he's not talking to us. I want all the things first.
Hold
All
on
the
to that.
things. Lock the door and hope they don't have blasters.
He
Don't
wants
speak
to
the lingo.
thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
He
He
hasn't got a
doesn't seem
leg.
surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Nope. A new friend. My default dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next yet. Way back in the long ago. I think I was about to say that it's just as well that we have a translator, because I don't speak botchy. It's Elvis.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wants... You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why
It is
you
Elvis,
came
isn't
all
it?
the way out here to see
He's doing
them,
the
potato
stuff.
people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
I don't believe in magic.
Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Why? Why would I want to do that? What is my reason for doing this quest? We are going to go over here instead and have a look around. Nope, there's nothing here to see. I mean, this is a pretty big open world. I mean, I don't think the geometry is quite as complex as some of these more recent releases, but it still doesn't look bad, does it? I'd rather have a nice fluid frame rate like this than have a gazillion textures that are slowing everything down. I found
You
one!
found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone.
Well, I think if I was swinging
The
a sword
knowledge
about in the
key
grass,
energy is
I
just
would run
what
away
the
as
Pensai
well.
needs to complete its cycle, and
Will it grow strong enough?
only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
That's like a lacrosse net to me. That wasn't particularly gentle.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall
I only pressed the
to
button.
sustain the world.
That's all I did.
But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
New main quest. The inosculated Pensai. What?
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt.
Whatever you say.
From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone.
Thank goodness for that.
One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
He only cares about one food.
That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Is that the
tree
same one?
Started to die when the
And
end
was
of days
he
begun.
in
It
data of
wasn't
this?
long after that the World Eaters arrived.
The World Eaters?
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eaters' DNA into overdrive.
He seems to know an awful lot about what's going on in this world to somebody sat in a wheelchair with one leg.
His friend Gizmo is working on a mecton
In a
and needs
basement.
help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the hoof puff at the end of the east route.
You're just making words up now.
Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
What friends?
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Should never build an ecosystem that's built on such a flimsy house of cards. One tree that kills everything? That doesn't seem like sensible biodiversity to me. Why can't I have some of these nice looking fruits?
You're getting the hang of it.
Tastes like burning.
Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Oh, we probably should climb the rope then. Is there another way up? Because what you just said there seems to suggest that there was, and yet there isn't. How about the only route up is the one where you climb up the rope? So far this is very, very linear. Oh, look, there's some power lines.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Biomutant. So that was just the introduction to the game then. Perhaps there's more to play. Presented by Eric's Experimental 101. They were the developer. Achievement unlocked. The adventure begins. Now we can sprint.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Did I just pee on that? I think he just peed on that. Signposts are found near locations of interest all around the world. You'll unlock a signpost when peeing on it. Alright. You can fast travel to the signpost you've unlocked by selecting on the map. Well, we've only unlocked one, haven't we? Open the map at any time, push the button without a name. Never eat yellow snow. I think that is the saying. Uh-oh, that looks like something we should run away from.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a
What?
hat-trick to bring that down.
That's quite the assumption, isn't it? There's a waterfall over there. Gonna have a look at that. Is there a cave back there? Can we go through that? Oh, we can. We found a secret. Secret cave.
A survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that competes, a wholeness that flows through all things. Were we meant to bring balance to the Force? At times you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogues. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is a sum of the choices we make and the actions we take. Balance of your actions creates your aura score, which affects the dialogue with other characters.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Well, you're wrong. Interacting with captives and psi shrines will award you with psi points, and we can unlock psionic powers. Handy.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not...
I'll leave you to your fate.
He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
I've always
Seriously?
liked the
I
darkness.
always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
Yeah, smack him dead. I've gained a psi point. And another psi point.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important.
Let's smack him in the face as well.
Out of date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby.
How did you get out of there on your wheelchair?
The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent
I think
and
there was a
most
lift.
importantly, feared.
You didn't tell us
Regardless of
about
who
the
you
lift
choose,
though to
it
date.
won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Let's set them on fire.
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak.
That sounds
They believe
better.
a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to
Yes.
let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life.
I'm going
But
for the
siding with
Jangi.
Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
And he's disappeared again, back down into his secret lift that he didn't tell us about. We are going to go there and have an alliance with the Jangi, or Jagni rather. Do we have any? Oh, we do have mutations. Psi powers. We are going to blaze, yes. We will blaze using Y. Good. Oh, we have more bio points too. Vile bile. Spew toxic sludge. I don't know if you're doing that. Yeah. What gear have we got then? Offhand. Just pants. Oh. Well, I think we've already got all of this stuff. Weapons, haven't we? Legs, also. Offhand, we haven't got anything. Inventory, consumables, range parts. What does that do? No idea. Outfits. Automaton is a company in itself. It's good job we didn't squish it then. Ah. That looks like that's kind of like an aid thing. Fine.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
The motor bridge, please. And that is where I want to go.
It's a bridge. Just get over it.
Ah, yes, hilarious. You must be the comedian of the game.
Now that's a flesh wound.
I keep missing these bloody parries. Which is not good. Yeah, okay. Is that our waypoint? I think it is.
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began.
Ooh, a sleepy beanie. Whip. What? Why have we got no clothes all of a sudden? We're going to...
Muscles like steel.
Where's our equipment? Gear, there we go. Outfit. Wung Fu. Ranged combat. Gun. Crane dance. And then. Perks. General. Well, let's get up here to these Jagni and see what they're
That's
all
the
about.
Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you.
Well, I
You're
want it to
either
be a
part
blessing.
of their solution to the tribe war.
I'm part of the
or
solution.
Part of the problem.
No, I'm part of the solution. Let's pee on this.
Let's see.
Well, I didn't want to go to the bloody map.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says the Sifu decides who the Sifu wants to see, but is willing to let you give it a try.
Come on then. That's a big haul. Probably don't want to annoy them with so many soldiers there, they might bash me.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy.
Seems reasonable.
The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you.
Cold-blooded?
He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted.
Well, he's wrong.
Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wung Fu disciples.
My Muma?
Your Muma invented Wung Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Yeah, you already said
Says
that.
fear and hatred is the only path.
I'll join.
He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show.
Yes.
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe.
Let's destroy them all.
Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him.
I don't think that should be a
Will
problem.
never happen. You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and
I
can
think you're getting
sense
me
you
confused
still
with
have
somebody
it in you,
else.
the will to do good. Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait.
Well, I was hoping to have an alliance with somebody who would share my bloodlust. But they seem to want to go all sentimental. Who wants to be sentimental? I'm surprised that me on my own can make such a difference when they have such a huge army. It's almost like Knight Rider, isn't it? One man can make a difference. But this is Biomutant, from May 2021. It seems alright. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of it. So far it's been pretty linear. It looks quite nice. It seems to play okay. The combat's not terrible. It reminds me a little bit, actually, of Jade Empire, which was an RPG on the original Xbox. I think it was available on PC as well, but I very much enjoyed playing it. This kind of gives me Jade Empire vibes. The trouble with RPGs is there's such a massive time commitment. I've got loads of unplayed gay RPGs to get through, as well as Western RPGs. And the story isn't that compelling in this one, I don't think. But it looks pretty. I quite like the world. I've obviously thought quite hard about the story and everything, but it's just, I'm not sure I'm convinced by the whole furry thing. Oh, green clouds. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't want to turn off the game halfway through, and that's always good. It's always a good sign. But that is it for me for today. I shall be back tomorrow with another game from my pile of shame. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant Saturday, and I shall see you later.